trying.
Okay. Um, so in our last episode, now we're talking about growing your personal economy
Hmm.
as a part in a series that we want to look at economic growth generally from the individual standpoint, the communal standpoint, the national standpoint, and of course the global standpoint.
Yeah,
So today is part two of that conversation of growing your personal economy as we look at opportunities people can tap into to grow their personal economy. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So these opportunities are quite a handful, and new ones are coming up by the day.
Hmm.
Different strokes for different folks. There are different kinds of ways. It's just a whole lot. Now, I think I like to lay background here. When it comes to the issue of opportunities, you realize that just like a building, there needs to be a foundation. For people to be able to take advantage of opportunities, they need a basic, they need a foundation. That foundation is a basic enablement. Okay, but what happens, especially in this part of the world or the third world nations across the globe, is because of the factor of lack of access to credit and absence of enabling environment, most people are not able to take advantage of opportunities that would have actually bettered their lot. Um, I mean, massive opportunities abound. There's never been a time in the human race when opportunities abound like they do in this dispensation. Yet, we have more people who are uh, supposedly looking for opportunities. Yeah, so a lot of times those opportunities are there, but people are not able to take advantage of them. One major reason I've said is the lack of access to credit, and of course the absence of an enabling environment. Okay, so take a look at the Tony situation now. We're supposed to be live. Internet is getting in the way. That is indicative of the absence of an enabling environment. The basic infrastructure that creates that enabling environment are largely absent. See, most individuals don't realize the amount of damage that's happening to them as a result of the absence of this basic infrastructure. Infrastructure like broadband, infrastructure like good roads, infrastructure like um, you know uh, um, what's it called now? Power. Okay, I mean power for amongst in comparison with anything else. I don't know. What how
Basic.
we equate what other issue we can equate with the issue of power. So that the lack of availability of these things is a big problem.
Yeah,
Has a way of hampering or getting in the way of people's ability to take advantage of opportunities. So we need to recognize that we're not sweeping that under the carpet. We're not trying to pretend like these things are not there. However, if people are going to thrive, they have to take advantage of opportunities,
yeah,
however they do it. All right, they have to travel whatever distance is required to take advantage of those opportunities. Yeah. So the case I'm trying to make here is that a lot of times when these opportunities come, people are not able to take advantage of them because of the absence of these issues I just made mention of, which is something that people need to begin to work on or think about, while they wait for their opportunities or while they are looking at the opportunities that we are talking about. So if the opportunity comes and I'm not able to take advantage of it today, I can complain. I can just go around and complain, which is what most people do. But I can decide to do something about it. I can decide to take one step, take baby steps to ensure that I get to a point where the next time an opportunity of that nature comes around, I won't miss it. All right, because now I am better positioned to take advantage of that opportunity. So yes, there are plenty of business opportunities. In fact, opportunities are many, right? I'll just list a few, but before then, I think I should get to hear what your take is on the issue of that foundation, which is necessary, all right, for people to be able to take advantage of those opportunities that we are talking about.
yeah. I was actually looking at opportunities from the angle of people being prepared. When the eye or the mind is not trained, you could have opportunity facing you, and you wouldn't even be able to recognize it. So it is
Sure.
another angle that people need to, look at, and that is where human capital development comes into play. So people have got to train, expose themselves or be ready such that when opportunities show up, I mean, they can identify it easily. Okay, so that's the angle I'd like to take on.
Oh, okay. So, meaning that the first thing people are supposed to do is to go for human capital development, that is to invest in themselves. We alluded to this in the previous and last edition
Yes.
of the program, and of course we emphasize that people need to learn to invest in themselves.
True.
I say to fresh graduates, most of them. In fact, I picked one that was last week. I was going to work, and in my regular manner, right? I usually look at people when I'm passing, like maybe passing somewhere where I'm not, speeding. I'm not on the main road. I read body language. Once I sense this person, looking for help or is tired or something, I generally slow down to confirm what I perceive. Yeah. So if in the event that I'm right, I just pick the person and then help the person however I can. So I picked this girl. I don't know, from Adam. She happens to be a student of ASUD. In fact, from her I found out that looks like state universities are not involved in this strike, which I don't understand. That's the ASUD strike. Yeah. So meaning that school is in session in state universities. I asked her what course she's studying. She said, I think it's microbiology. So I asked her, how did you get to microbiology? You wanted to study pharmacy, right? She said, yes. Okay. You know that many biochem and microbiology and the other one, all right, are usually rejectees of the of the big two. The big two are medicine and pharmacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so most of them never ever wanted to. They don't even know what biochem or microbiology is about. That's just where they landed. Period. That is it's still in the what they call it, it's still in the medical. All right.
Yeah.
Some science laboratory scientists and technologies, laboratory scientists and lab technologies. Most of them wanted to do medicine or pharmacy. But that's just where the system squeezed them into. So she confirmed. I said yes. I said okay. What level are you now? I said 100 level. So I asked her a simple question. I said, so you really, really want to go into pharmacy? She said, yes. I said, do you know that right now, while you are on undergraduate, you can actually locate a big pharmacy store and begin to intern or volunteer to work with them and learn about drugs and learn about how to interpret doctors' prescriptions, basically, and also learn the business of drugs, because when you are done, or when all is said and done, you see, you may not really amount to much just because you studied pharmacy. All right, perhaps you will just take a job in a hospital where you are the pharmacist of the hospital, or perhaps you're doing very well and you open a shop for yourself, just somewhere around the corner. Basically, so you have many pharmacies that are like that. They've studied the course, but they're just there. Okay, but otherwise you can carve a niche for yourself, which is you can, delve into, even though you're not studying pharmacy, but you're still in the medical, so you can delve into through apprenticeship, you can delve into that area, study because of work, years of work experience, and then learn the business, so that while you are still a student, you already are making money off of that particular, trade that you are learning. Big opportunity right there, because right now you are an undergraduate, so you have the time and the energy, all right, to engage that. So that was one example, all right, of part of what I'm, talking about, of how people can go about, in capacity development to prepare themselves for opportunities. Yeah, so that's just basically it. Mr. Tony, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You finally made it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have laid the foundation in terms of the fact that we are saying that people need to be positioned to take advantage of opportunities, otherwise the opportunities will wait, which is largely what's happening in many third world countries, third world Africa inclusive. That when people don't have things like basic infrastructure, power, broadband, internet, and good roads and stuff like that, and of course they don't have access to credit, the likelihood that they can take advantage of opportunities become highly hampered, right? They almost may never be able to, as a matter of fact, because now their entire energy is focused on survival, just barely survive. That's all they have. So opportunities will come, they may not even recognize it. But then there are some they recognize and they can't even take advantage of, because I mean they don't they don't know. I mean what to do. They don't know how to go about it. They don't even know enough to be able to make the first move. So imagine, for instance, that there's a swarm of internet opportunities or opportunities on the internet, but you need working devices, and then you need good devices to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Otherwise, you are left out, basically. So that's it. We've laid the foundation. Now we are on to taking or reeling off or mentioning these opportunities, especially the ones that are the low-hanging fruits that people can easily take advantage of. So once again, you're welcome to the program on today's edition of Hotspot.
Thank you. So can I shoot?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Francis Uka. And thank you, I can't say Israel, but thank you guys for holding brief. So basically, we are Nigerians, and so even though I know that when you play on the internet, there's no limit to who can view you or who can see you, right? And so I know a lot of people who are not Nigerians might be listening, but our major direct constituents are Nigerians mostly, right? So Nigeria is a very wealthy nation, right? But I think the two major problems we have, preventing people from, taking advantages of the opportunities that are available is, number one, well, like I said, there are two, but number one is mindset, right? So I paint a picture of a horse, right? A horse that is tamed, and all its life, it's been tied to a stake all its life, right? And so every time the horse is ridden to a particular location and the owner gets down, he ties the horse to a stake, right? And so in the mind of the horse, that horse has been so conditioned to know that he's been held back by this stake all his life, right? So it gets to a point where the owner doesn't even bother tying the rope, the leash to a stake. All he can do is just drop it there, and the horse actually thinks it's tied to a stake, and so he stays there waiting for the owner to come back, right? Not knowing he can actually gallivant away, permit my English, right? So that's the number one problem Nigerians have. Nigerians have been beaten down so much. Many Nigerians were born in the midst of lack and difficulty, and so people actually don't believe it's possible to begin to change, your financial status, and that it can come to a time when you can actually begin to earn money. So earning money is not just it's become such a big luxury for a whole lot of people, right? And so in Igbo, we say there's a certain gift you give a child, and the child will ask you, who are you asking me to give this gift to? And so for a lot of people, the opportunity to make money comes with that kind of bewilderment. Is it really possible for me to actually break free and begin to make money? It is a possibility, but I want to correct, that mindset that holds you back, right? If you're listening to us right now, you need to work on your mindset. You need to have self-belief. Self-belief is very important. Self-belief and skill are the two ways to make money, right? But then the truth is, you can have all the skill in the world, but if you don't have self-belief, you're not going anywhere. Somebody who has self-belief but has zero skills can still get by in life, right? But self-belief is absolutely very important. You must believe that you can do it. And so if people have done it, then I can do it too, right? Then the other limitation is skills, right? A lot of the skills that most Nigerians are used to are really archaic. I said it the last time. Are really archaic skills, right? And so these skills are not, they're not good for this day and age. And so
they're not viable.
They are not viable for this day and age. And so people must begin to develop skills that are modern skills that help you survive in a modern society. Digital skills are some of those, right? Marketing skills, current marketing skills are some of those, right? You must begin to think like a 21st century person, right? And get away from the analog ways of doing things. You must think digital all the time. You must find, easy ways to get things done. And so, having laid that background, I want to say that there are many ways that people can make money. So I want to start with the semi offline ones, right? Nigeria presently is running a deficit on real estate. Nigeria is running a deficit on real estate. And so to meet the real estate demand of Nigeria, we need to construct not less than, 20 million houses to house Nigerians. And so that means that the entire value chain in real estate is a money spinner.
Yeah.
Right? A money spinner. So, but when you think about real estate, a lot of people begin to think about the big real estate companies. In the value chain of real estate, you can plug in any area of the value chain and make a whole lot of money. People are making as much as 500,000 a week. Let me even say as little, because you can make much more than that a week playing in real estate. I'm sorry, I'm battling with this thing. I'm in the car, guys. So people don't know this, right? But I want to tell you straight up right now that if you don't have a job, or if you have a job and you're struggling with this job, I guarantee you that if you do some of the things that we're going to be sharing with you, from now going forward, you can actually sack your boss. I get excited when people sack their bosses. So we want to help you. We want to help you sack your boss, and that is to say, you must pay attention to real estate. Now, because of this deficiency in real estate, many real estate companies and many individual business people are building lots and lots of real estate projects to actually meet the demand of real estate. And so if you start selling land, you can make as much as 500,000 to 1 million a week selling lands that you don't own. That is one of the easiest ways you can make money anywhere in Nigeria. And so the formula is simple. What you need to do is find 1 or 2 or 3 reputable companies who have been in business for a good number of years and have a good track record of delivering, to their customers, not the fraudulent ones. Like there's one in Enugu right now that has billboards everywhere, but I learned they don't have an office. They don't have a physical office. That's not the kind of company you're looking for, right? You're looking for a company that has a good office, a credible company that's been in business for a while and, have been delivering. So you walk up to them and offer to become either a broker or an agent, right? Sometime later, we're going to talk about the difference between brokers and agents, right? And so you sign up with them. And so what happens is that they put you on their platform, and some of them actually will put you through, a training, a realtor's training where you learn how to efficiently market real estate, right? And so basically most of them pay 10% for everything you sell, right? You may not believe this, but there are a lot of people looking to buy real estate, right? And because, the agents, so-called agents we have around have dealt them the wrong hand, they're scared. So if you can prove that you are reliable, if you can learn about real estate and effectively market real estate, if you learn about return on investment, ROI, you learn about land banking and the terminologies used in real estate, and then you begin to use these terms, to promote these properties, to both people in Nigeria and Nigerians living overseas. It's actually sweeter if you have digital skills and you begin to target Nigerians living overseas. That means you can actually sell a lot more because they have an advantage right now of the dollar being much more stronger than the naira. So when somebody brings out $20,000, they can do a whole lot with that in real estate sector in Nigeria. They can buy a whole lot. So if you're fortunate to be able to have digital skills and target people, Nigerians living in America and in Europe, you can actually earn a lot of money selling real estate. That's a quick one. Right, I'm saying this because amongst many other things that I do, I also play in the real estate sector, and I know that people are making money. I have trained people, on how to, play in the sector, and a whole lot of people are making money from this sector. So I advise that you begin to look, toward that. Now, the other part is delving fully into technology. Right, we are living in a very technological age, And right, everybody that plays in technology right now is making a whole lot of money. The technological sphere is a large value chain, has a large value chain, right? From digital designs, that's graphic designs, to video editing, to digital marketing, to social media marketing, to social media consultancy, or becoming a how do you call it, a digital, how do you call it, a social media manager. So the value chain is really large, and a lot of people are making money, and coincidentally, a lot of Nigerians are making so much money, playing in the real estate industry. The reason is this. These professionals overseas have become very expensive, right? So companies are now looking to the third world to offer these services. And so India moved very fast, and trained many Indians. Many Indians got themselves trained, acquired skills in the digital sphere, right? And so began to displace Europeans and Americans, in the marketplace, and they started offering a lot of these digital skills, right? And so Indians started making a whole lot of money. But there is a shift recently. In the last 3 to 4 years, there's been a shift to Africa, right?
Yeah.
So that happened between 10 years ago to 5 years ago. It moved to South Africa, right? But recently we are seeing a lot of move to a lot of jobs coming to East Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. And so currently, Nigeria holds the first place in the most investment in the digital sphere, right? And so it doesn't matter what you've studied in the past. It doesn't matter what degree you hold. It doesn't matter what job you do. I advise that if you want to make a whole lot of money and actually make it in dollars, that you go and acquire digital skills. That's like graphic designing, video editing, digital and social media marketing, and all that, right? And so you will be paid in dollars, right? And so after you've acquired these skills, you go to different websites and sign up. Websites like Fiverr. A lot of Nigerians don't know about Fiverr. So you can actually go to Fiverr and set up an account on Fiverr. Fiverr is like the Facebook of digital people, right? So you get on there and you create an account and you advertise the digital skills you have, right? And so what happens is that people log on to this platform in search of people who will offer them digital solutions, right? And so with this platform, you can be easily found. I know Nigerians who are making millions of naira monthly just playing on Fiverr. But the secret to play on Fiverr and other websites like Fiverr, there's another one called Upwork and all of that. There are many websites actually where you can and advertise these skills and make a whole lot of money, right? Now, the third one I want to talk about is, well, I don't really like the sector, but I cannot lie about it. A lot of people are making money from it, and that is cryptos and NFTs, right? So crypto is a good way to make a whole lot of money, but I guarantee you, you must be careful when you play in cryptos, because cryptos will crash someday. I'm expecting that it will crash. I actually predicted this a couple of years ago, and it's happening now, really. The values of cryptos are going down, but people are still making money. So if you play in cryptos, you must be careful, especially if you're a buyer, right? But if you can raise money, becoming a miner is the best way to operate in cryptos, right? So you mine the currencies that people are buying, and so you can make loads and loads of money just becoming a miner. Where there is much risk is when you are buying. If you buy into the wrong crypto, it can crash the next day and you'll lose a lot of money. So I would put it out there that it's a fast way to make money, but it comes with a whole lot of risk. Now, let me quickly talk about NFTs. If you have digital skills like online drawing, or online painting, you can create images, right? And host them, through the blockchain and, blockchain platforms that actually promote NFTs, And so a single drawing that you create with no money and you host it on a blockchain platform, NFTs are called non-fungible tokens, right? You host it through a blockchain platform, can sell as much as $1 million or as little as $1,000. right? And so people who have, the skills of developing designs the digital way can just simply create a design. It doesn't matter what it is. You can create this design and host it, through a credible blockchain platform and make loads and loads of money. There was a Nigerian guy who recently took pictures of a drummer, an old drummer,
Yep.
right? He didn't even draw. He didn't even draw it. He didn't even create that image. He only took a video shot, a picture shot of the man, right, and went and hosted it as an NFT through, a blockchain platform, and it sold. It sold for I think about $1,000 something. So he made about 1.something million. But he promised the old man he was going to come and share the proceeds. So when the proceeds came, he shared it in two and gave the man 50% of the proceeds, and that was a noble thing. But that is to say that with technology, people can make a whole lot of money, right? Now, having said this three, and I want to revisit something that we talked about last week, right? I want to talk about the becoming an online publisher. That's another way, another risk-free way of making money, but you must acquire the skill. And so me, Francis, and Israel will decide if we will offer some of these skills as trainings in the future, for those of you who might be interested. So you can become an online publisher through the Amazon platform, okay? You can write stories, children's stories. You can write children's books, right? Something as simple as children's books, illustrated ABC books, or mathematical books, simple arithmetic books, illustrated beautifully, right? And then you publish it on Amazon, right? And once it's on the Amazon platform, people from all over the world, will begin to find these books and actually pay for them. And so you can sit down at the comfort of your living room and you're receiving dollars just like that. Because your books that you publish, you can publish 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 100, it doesn't matter. If you're a good creator, a good writer, you must take advantage. The world is at the place where millions of people don't care about hardbacks anymore. When I talk about hardbacks, I mean like real books as we know them in Nigeria. A lot of people are buying soft copy books like the Kindle. People purchase books through the Kindle and download soft copies. And so these are in vogue today. So if you're a good writer, right, you don't have to worry about going to look for a physical publisher or an editor, to work on your hardbacks. You can do soft copies and launch them on Amazon, right? In the future, we'll teach you on how you can get ISDNs, to be able to, protect the intellectual properties of these writings or these books, and then you can sit down and sell them on Amazon. Amazon actually does all the selling for you, does all the promotion and all the, the same way somebody launches a post on Instagram and it goes viral. If the book is good enough, Amazon can actually promote it so well and make sure it's visible. It achieves, good visibility on their platform. And so what happens is that millions of people will begin to buy these books, and Amazon will remit your proceeds to you while you're living in Nigeria. Remember, I said last Saturday that you can live in Nigeria and yet live above the Nigerian economy, right?
Last Monday, man.
Sorry?
Last Monday, right? No, you said Saturday.
Last Monday. Yeah, so you can live in Nigeria and live above the Nigerian economy. It is very simple, and I'm excited about the possibilities that technology presents, right? And so people are worried about publishing, hard copy books when people are sitting in their living rooms and publishing online and making a whole lot of money, right? That's one way. But I also want to talk about the Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA is what I talked about, that you can live in Nigeria, manufacture or source your goods in China, and sell in the UK and America and make millions. I mean millions of dollars. I'm not just talking about millions of naira. It's possible to make millions of dollars. But the secret is to find the right kind of product, right? And so these are skills that you need to acquire. And we can actually teach you this in the future, how to identify, the best-selling products on Amazon, right? And so when you identify this product, all you simply need to do is create an Amazon FBA account. When you create that account, Amazon recognizes you with a code that is delivered to you. And so you can source your commodities whether in Nigeria, it doesn't matter. It can be something as simple as Chocomilo. You know the Chocomilo, you know?
Oh.
So you can take loads and loads of Chocomilo and ship it to Amazon. I'm giving you an example, right? And ship it to Amazon, and Amazon will put it on their platform and begin to sell that for you, right? And so if people love it, millions of people will start to buy that. And while you're living in Nigeria, you're getting paid in thousands of dollars. And so over time, your sales can actually accumulate millions of dollars. And so people will be wondering, how is this guy making all this money? You know, and he's sitting at home every day. Is the possibilities that technology, you know, affords those that play on the internet.
You look like a Yahoo boy.
Well, yes, exactly. You know, so people can actually begin to say he's a Yahoo boy, he's doing internet fraud. But it's not internet fraud, it's Amazon FBA. So it is a huge, huge opportunity that technology offers, and I'm excited about that. So it's essentially exportation, but the technological route, right? So you can source commodities in Nigeria. I talked about Okuma, Ori, you know, what some people know it as Ori, Igbos know it as Okuma, and in English it's called shea butter. And I quickly did a little illustration last Monday by Googling shea butter, and we found out that in as little as 0.72 seconds, that shea butter was Googled 42 million times all around the world, right? And so that tells you that it is a bestseller. And so you can find a company that manufactures shea butter in Nigeria, and I mean, it has to be properly packaged, you know, with modern, you know, packaging, and it has to have barcodes, of course. If it doesn't have barcodes, you cannot export it, right? And so if you can source a good product and then set up your Amazon FBA account, you can quietly ship this goods to Amazon. Amazon takes delivery of the goods, you know, sorts it out and lists it on their website and begins to sell it. And you're sitting here and Amazon is doing all the job, all the work for you. At the end of the day, you see money flowing right into your account without doing any extra work. I'm excited about businesses like this. So all of these are possibilities. All of these are possibilities. There are many more, you know, that we can tell you about. But on account of time, I'll stop here and I'll let Francis and Israel wade in. And if they like, next Monday we can tell you more of these, skills that you can acquire that will help you grow your digital economy and make you a whole lot of money. Yes. Over to you, Francis. Yeah, you can take over, Francis.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I said Francis can take over.
Yeah, I can hear Francis. I don't know if... No, I can't hear you. I just read your lips.
Yeah, check your mute. Check if he's muted.
No, he's not. And amazing. He's not
Can
muted.
he log out and log back in?
Yes. I think you should log out and log back in because we can't seem to hear you. Yeah. Technology.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if it was, you know, even not for technologies like this, probably we would have all had to sit down in a room in a proper studio and get this. But see, I mean, you are where you are. I am where I am. Francis is connecting from where he is, and we are making this happen. So,
I mean, the possibilities are enormous, and I'm excited about the possibilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, you know, someone is just providing the service and making the most out of it. Emoji, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you, finally.
Okay, so you know, you are in the tech space. He was talking about the digital skills. People can take advantage of, right? So there are some he didn't even go into or mention. So I don't know if you might comment on those so that people can, look at what options are available apart from digital marketing, social media management, and stuff like that.
Sorry, what was the question?
My question is directed to Israel now.
Okay.
Israel, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, so I was saying that the IT sector is your field.
Yes.
So Tony has already mentioned like three of those, skills in that sphere. But I don't know if you want to mention more of those skills in the IT space that people should target to, pursue that, because they need to know that there are quite so much of those
Yeah.
skills. That we can't even exhaust in one episode.
There's a whole lot more. Well, people can actually make money selling their experience. Okay, for instance, I am a facilitator or a tutor with Wabma. So what I'm basically teaching is just my experience. My the things I've done or I'm doing for businesses, the solutions I'm providing for businesses. And I'm training those in the media space. So you can actually make money sharing or teaching your knowledge. Okay, and the truth is, it doesn't have to be academic. It can be your experience, your personal experience, something you went through. Maybe even though it was painful, but you can make the most of it. Okay, there's a reason why you went through that experience. So people can actually monetize their experience. They just need to package it well, properly, and find people who are looking for that solution. I mean, there's a whole lot. For instance, somebody could maybe you were barren for a long time, and you finally found the secret to easy breath. People are looking for that same solution. You just need to share it with the world, and those who are in search of that information will find you. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Francis, can I quickly add?
Okay.
Yeah, on the back of what Israel said, there's another skill that's making people a whole lot of money. Like you talked about sharing experience and providing solutions, right? But I left out what we call digital products, right?
Yeah.
You can make available online digital products for those who have teaching skills, right? So you can actually sell pre-recorded trainings, right? So there are two ways you can do that. You can sit in a studio and record yourself and teach, particular courses and actually launch them online and sell them. But if you're a physical trainer, it's also possible to record your physical trainings and convert them to digital products and launch them through a landing page on a website, and actually sell them and make a lot of money. If you don't have a landing page, you can also sell them through social media.
Social media.
Do a post and put a WhatsApp link there, where people can just click a link and join your WhatsApp group. And at the end of the day, you sit them through and have people pay for them, where you can hold physical classes or actually sell them the digital products that are available. So that's another way, and it's actually becoming very, very popular, these days, to make money. Then the other thing is that some teachers who are teachers that are complaining that they are not being paid enough, can actually reach out through social media and begin to do what we call lessons. Those kind of extra
moral lessons.
Moral classes.
Yeah, but they can actually now hold them online. I know a team in America, who are targeting African American students, and teaching them after school classes, and they're making a whole lot of money. The beautiful thing about this is with social media and technology today, you don't have to be in America to teach American students.
That's true.
Right? You don't have to be there. As long as you have the teaching ability and you have the skills and you know your onions, you can teach anybody anywhere. There is no discrimination with technology today. People are living in Nigeria and are coaching American students and are coaching English UK students. Now, the other exciting part is that people are living here and writing projects for European university students. I'm telling you, people are living in Nigeria and taking contracts from university students, doing the assignment, writing their project, and making a whole lot of money. So the possibilities, are endless. But my problem is there is a narrowness of the mindset of many Nigerians. So they're just tied to Nigeria. And the thing is that, oh, Nigerian economy is so bad, and people are crying, and people are depressed, and people are trying to commit suicide because of the bad economy. But the truth is, you can live beyond, above and beyond the Nigerian economy. All you need to do is acquire skills and see what the possibilities are, and plug right into it, and you see your life changing. You see your personal economy growing, and you wouldn't even want to travel overseas, because the truth is, everybody wants to run overseas, but it's really hard to live overseas if you don't know how to live overseas. Living overseas requires another skill that we're going to talk about in our travel show. Yeah, we're going to talk about it in the future, Israel, in our travel shows, right? There are skills. Living overseas requires certain skills that many Nigerians don't have. So it becomes stressful that you go overseas and then you work all day, all month, and you're paid 1,800 euros or 1,800 pounds. And it's the shocker when the government all of a sudden takes 50% or 40% of that money in taxes, and then your rent takes 750, and you're left with about 450 to feed and to clothe and to pay water bills. And at the end of the day, you're struggling, right? But you can actually live in Nigeria and offer remote services, and you're paid all of that money, and nobody takes a dime in taxes.
Tony, let me tell you something. I sit here in Nigeria, and almost I edit videos at least once every week. That's 4 times a month.
Wow!
And guess where my client is? She's in the US.
Yes.
That's the way it is, and this is just one out of many. Okay, I've designed lots of websites for people who I have not met one-on-one.
And you don't have to
right here.
Tax-free.
Yes, it's tax-free. So
there's
a whole lot one can do, and there's the market is there. Before you joined in, I was talking to Francis. I said the another perspective about this is people are not trained to identify opportunities.
Yes.
Not trained. So it's a major issue. Until people train their minds to identify opportunities, they won't be able to get ahead. So it is a critical factor.
That's right.
Okay, so just like writing is one of those skills. One of those skills that people can actually. Mr. Tony talked about Fiverr, Upwork. There are many more of them. In fact,
freelancer.
You can go to YouTube. There are 101 platforms. Remote, where remote jobs are being advertised and all that. You can work from home. Again, you see where I started with your basic infrastructure. Because if you don't have a laptop, a working smartphone, likelihood that you can tap into these opportunities is almost absent, to the absent or not there. So I write for a US company. They are hosted on Amazon, so they usually need writers to help them write. In fact, I started with production. So I have audio production skills, so I produce. Somebody else does the recording wherever. I don't know whether it's Philippines or because sometimes the accent of the voice. Yeah, so I get sent the raw files, and then I download and put it in my software, and I produce. All right, I do the editing, do the final production, make it compliant with Amazon platform, because not all recordings can go on Amazon. They have their requirements that you follow. Yes, otherwise the platform will reject the recording. Yeah.
So you have to cut some shit for me.
And then my remuneration is in dollars. In other words, we talk price in dollars, right? So when we are done, talking, whatever we arrive at, I'm paid in dollars, and of course it follows the prevalent exchange, rates. That's one of the things that the opportunities rather that people can tap into, and the need for that skill is rising. Why? Because more and more people are looking to take advantage of digital products.
Yes.
The demand for digital products is constantly increasing. As a result, the demand for the production of those products is also going to increase. Yeah. So, and of course, the bar keeps going up. All right, because the capacity to put stuff together that is what people parting with their hard-earned dollars for is quite another thing all by itself. Yeah, so this is another area that people can look into. I looked at digital skills like cloud computing, even blockchain development. That's another kettle of fish entirely. You look at things like in fact, did you even know that the Microsoft itself, it has Microsoft Office, that there are people who are leveraging on expertise in Excel alone, because Excel is the world's leading data data analysis tool. Yeah, so that you train to become an expert in Excel alone can position you to earn in dollars from your living room.
That's
just
true.
doing data analysis for people. In fact, that launches you into data analytics, and then you on any of all of those remote job platforms, you can easily get jobs. You receive the information, the data, you do the work because you know how to do the magic on Excel. Okay, and then just like the person that sits down and uses coding to write softwares. That is how people who have expertise in Excel sit down and then use that skill to develop templates. Some are report templates, some are budgeting templates, some are planning templates, some are receipt templates. There are all kinds of templates. They develop these templates, and then those templates are converted into digital products, or they are creating those templates directly for organizations according to the spec that the organizations are looking to get, and then they get paid.
That's right.
So that's one of the things that can happen. So I don't know if by the next week we intend to continue reeling out the the skills that people should go and acquire to position them for these opportunities, or we will generally make progress into the next part of the conversation. Which
we would have to make progress, into other parts of the conversation. But for anyone listening to us right now, you can leave us your questions or comments. All you just need to do is sign up on YouSocial and search for the Hotspots page and follow us there. Ask your questions, and of course, any of us would respond to you. So we actually have to, start bringing the show to an end. It's been quite interesting. Tony, any final words? Or
Open your mind. Open your mind. The opportunities are endless. Live in Nigeria, but become a global citizen. Become a global citizen. I said this. I wrote a letter to an institute last year, and I predicted that by the third quarter of this year, that the Naira would have hit 1,000 for $1. We are at almost 700 now.
Yep.
And so I'm not a prophet of doom, but my predictions are coming through. So what that means is by third quarter, many companies are going to shut down in Nigeria, and many people are going to be laid off, right? So do not depend on those jobs. Those jobs, even if you had 20 million of them, they don't pay enough. The prices of commodities are going up, right? So you must expand, broaden your horizons, spread your tentacles, acquire skills that will help you make extra sources, acquire extra sources of income, right? And so, and to do that, you really need to look beyond the borders of Nigeria. Make YouTube your friend, make Google your friend, go to the internet, research and find the possibilities. What are people doing? But remember that technology is the future. It's the now, but it's also the future. And so if you can delve into technology, you can never go wrong.
All right, I'll just say something on the back of what Tony has said, which is about living in Nigeria and becoming a global citizen. Because you see, it is easier for you to adapt to the living conditions of the a Western nation if you already started living the life right here in Nigeria. If you already started earning in euros, in dollars before you move abroad, you are better positioned to be able to cope with what you find there. Yeah. So I mean, if you're doing what you're doing here and you're getting paid, all right, you're getting paid $1,000, $2,000 or euros, as the case may be. Yeah, it means that if you get an opportunity to immigrate, You already have something going for you before you even lay your hands on any job, maybe the job when you get there or anything like that. If you happen to migrate via the educational route, you already have something, all right? You already knew one or two to do,
Yeah.
right, from your very living room, and then you will not go hungry, yeah? So, I mean, it gets easier even when if you get the opportunity to move abroad. So the best time to start is now. And whatever you do, one of the most powerful things that can happen for you in this season is to be able to earn in hard currency. You live in a third world nation like Nigeria.
That's right.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your thoughts and your input, and we're hoping that our viewers have gotten immense value. Like I said, if you're watching, simply sign up on usoshow.com, follow the hotspot page, ask a question, and leave your inputs too. I mean, the list is not exhaustive. Just you can share your own experience. Other points on how one can increase his personal income. So, gentlemen, I thank you very much for making our time. Tony's on the road, so I thank you for making our time to be here. So, we'll see you next Monday, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.